Well, guys, this is how it all started on Big Feathers Farm and Big V Homestead. As you guys can see, this is actually the front of the barn and how it used to look before we did absolutely anything on it. And this is when we first moved to Tennessee, and we had this barn here with the very original chicken coop. We had a couple of backyard chickens, some barred rocks, some buff Orpingtons, some Rhode Island Reds, and this is our little dog and my sister. The dog ran over and was super nice to the chicks. Scared them a little bit, but they weren't that scared. Thankfully, he was super gentle and didn't eat them, so that's good. And normally we don't let our chickens free range anymore because we did have the fox and raccoon take all of these ones out. We had around 50 something backyard chickens, I think, and we used to let them all free range, go down to the creek, as you'll see later in the video, and forage, free range, go all over. But now we don't do that because of the predators. uh, we can have guard animals around, but it's also just more things to take care of, and just having the chickens inside is overall better. And you can see we had a trap in the background there. You can see a live trap, and these backyard baby chicks we had in the incubator, and then we put them in the brooder. It was actually like a horse trough brooder that we kept almost all of them in to raise them up. And these ones we incubated out, and I believe one of these barred rocks is actually a rooster. And this was their first time being outside, and there was a couple hawks around, as you guys can see. So that's why we were around, making sure they could get integrated into the flock easy, and just leave them by the door of the coop so that when the chickens came in to come back inside, that they would all meet each other. And then this was our fantastic, amazing rooster, Red. This was the original rooster I ever had. He wasn't mean, super nice, never got into any trouble, and was super great with all the hens. He was probably the best rooster ever. I mean, he was also extremely beautiful. You can see he had some sort of rose comb. We actually never had a hawk attack the chickens except for once, and when our rooster Red was here, it was when that time was. The hawk actually came down, tried to grab one of the chickens, and the crow actually came down, scared the hawk away along with Red, and that's when it went away, thankfully. And you guys know that we have the creek, and this is actually where the chickens used to get their water. It's crazy to think that those chickens were walking in that creek, the same creek that my chickens get their water from sometimes in. And yeah, these were great chickens. I think we had some Welsumers. There are all sorts of backyard mixes, but I think there were some Welsumers, some Rhode Island Reds for sure. Looks like maybe even a little bit of Leghorn in there. I'm not too sure, but they were super beautiful. Also some buff Orpingtons and barred rocks, like you saw, and actually a lot of them were also some Americanas. But that was basically the beginning of Big V Homestead and Big Feathers Farm, how it all started.